and I know you're going to get upset about it, but if an annexation or an incorporation fails, I want a time period where the rest of us can have a break and not have it revisited for a number of years. Now, I picked 10 years because the census is done every 10 years. And I've checked with my people to see, because the census was done every 10 years and we've had a bad economy and there's been foreclosures, to see if my area still felt the same way. Maybe 10 years is too long, but a lot of times what happens is the issue will fail, and 2 weeks later you're turned around and somebody else is trying to push the issue again. I don't think that's fair to the rest of the residents that don't want to deal with it. A lot of these people just want to be left alone, like the Redlands.
Where has that happened?
It's happened in the Falls. It happened in the Falls. They tried within a week to start it back up again. Then they went to Palmetto Bay, and Palmetto Bay was going to annex us, and then we found out about it, kind of luckily, and it's been going on ever since. So people are really tired of hearing about it, and what happens, and I hate to tell you this because, like, I saw his presentation to his people. That was an honest effort. If you have an honest effort, I think you would have, in our area, they would have maybe convinced more people that it wasn't such a bad thing, but it wasn't an honest effort. And so now you have the same people coming back wanting to do the same thing, and there is no way that anybody wants anything to do with them. I took a poll. Now, the poll of my group are anti-incorporators in the first place, but there wasn't even anybody undecided. I expected people to be undecided at this point. So what happens is people get so aggravated with it that they want no part of it. So it's going to make it even harder if you want to incorporate.
Okay.
And when push comes to shove, it's a vote.
Okay, Ann, you wanted to
Well,
comment?
I just wanted to say, Deborah, that times have changed. I mean, in my own neighborhood, I see where people who 12 years ago were anti-incorporation now see all the annexations that are going on, and especially the ones that are in this paperwork this morning, which I would like to address when we get to that point. And they are changing their opinion. And it's not fair to liken what's happening where you are with what's happening where I am.
No, and I'm not doing that.
We are making so many
I'm not
efforts
doing
to
that. What I'm
educate.
trying to point out to you is there are different kinds of people that are involved in this, and you have to understand. It's like the guy that came and spoke at one of the public meetings. The first thing out of his mouth was what I heard again and again in our area. Now, maybe not in your area. God bless you. Your area can do what you want.
But this task force has to look at every area.
Exactly,
in the county.
and every person's needs or not wanting, and I don't see that happening here.
But what I don't want to
I'm asking for a balance.
What I don't want to do is this, guys. One thing we're not going to do is we're not going to talk about or analyze any particular specific
Right, it has to be generic.
incorporation movement or annexation movement. So I think we
Well,
need.
you asked me though.
I understand, but we're going to do make set generic policies, but we're not going to examine any specific applications for annexations or incorporations right now.
Okay,
So let's go. Well, you know what? I wanted to give you a chance to make your proposal. So tell us. Tell
So
us
my
what you think we should do.
proposal is that after something like this fails, there should be a set time period where the people in that area don't have to revisit it. I think that's only fair.
Here's my. Let me tell you my concern with that. Democracy is a hell of a thing, and I think that.
So is representative
Yeah,
government.
but what I'm saying is, I would be reluctant to support. We have. There are some of us who once, you know, in some cities, elections are every 2 years, congressional elections are every 2 years, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of congressmen and state reps who believe that once it's decided that they're in office, they would see no reason to revisit that. But what I'm saying is that I just think that I'd be reluctant to support telling people in any community on any issue that have a right to petition for something that they can't reconsider it, or they can't. I mean, the answer would be, that's to be decided in freedom of speech and in whatever the process is. And if it fails, if the people want to try it 100 times, it may be annoying, but, you know, they have a right to do it. I mean, you want us to recommend a rule that says that after they fail once, they're banned from doing it for 10 years?
I would like to do that, but I know 10 years is much more too long. But I mean, when you're talking about some of these MACs and whatnot that Hank Hamilton or whoever has been trying for
Forget it. I
20
apologize
years.
for mentioning anybody's name, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
well, you know, but you're saying this person
Hang on a
has
second, Mr.
20
Vice
years.
Chair.
For a purpose of a vote, or even being considered, would you accept that the motion be that if an area moves in any manner to incorporate or be annexed, that there be a cooling off period?
Boy, that would be great.
That's what you would like to
Yeah.
have out there for us to vote on. Okay, I'm just trying to frame it.
Yeah,
so
we don't
can
have to
move
give it a time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Ms. Lamb is making a motion that if an annexation or a MAC or a vote to incorporate fails, that there be a period of time before they can initiate the process again. Is there a second? All right, it dies for lack of a second, but I'm going to go back to you and tell us what else you would like us to do.
Okay.